Hello guys, my name is Pranav Sharma and I am the CEO and the founder of the Policy Tank. From last 1 year, people was asking me that what the Policy Tank is and what we do as an organization. So I thought that I guess this is the right time to discuss about this and to tell you that what the Policy Tank is and what we do. So here we are today, and from around the globe, from last 2 months, we received a lot of questions from our audience, and they asked us that what you do, what you are up to, what's the mission of an organization, how did you started this, what's the story behind this, and now what you are doing, because in the domain which we are, so in this, from last so many years, many people actually are working in this domain and they are doing a great job with government. So then why is the need of the policy tank, right? So this is why I am actually today here in front of you all, and we'll answer your questions one by one. We have received a lot of questions, and from those we selected 15 questions from our 183 questions. So don't take this thing personally that why our question was not addressed. We have tried to consider all the queries in those 15 questions. So I'll go accordingly, and I hope the message, the answer which you are looking for, I will respect that and deliver it to you. So the very first question was asked by Ankur from Varanasi. So he asked me that how did you started this journey of the policy tank last year? So I want to share this thing that it is not a journey or a story of a year that from a quick click we thought of that, no, we want to do this, or we want to start the policy tank, we want to work with in such a manner with such an organizations. Behind this there is a story, and I guess this is why the policy tank is the result of all such incidents which happened in my, and apart from me, in my co-founder's life, and that's how God crossed our paths and made it possible to start the policy tank. It's never easy when we say that you want to start something, especially when you are settled up in your life and you see a lot of ups and downs in your life as a person. In particular, if I say about myself, so I belong from a humble background. I come from a humble family from Jaipur, Rajasthan in India. So how to start this? I was a very shy kind of a person since very starting of my school days. Don't used to talk a lot, don't used to get into people, interact with them in person, and that was the reason that students used to tease me and bully me during my school days, and that is how actually my journey started. And I was never a scholar student. I was never a scholar, and this complaint used to be there from my family, that my father used to tell me that if you'll not study good, if you'll not get good marks, so we'll get you into some restaurant and we'll make you work as a waiter, and then over there you should wash dishes and all. So we'll do this with you. So at that time, I used to think that no, I guess I am not this much, incapable of doing things that I'll be ending up going into a restaurant and, you know, working over there. So this thing keep me going and took me ahead in my life, and that is why I guess where I am today, I've seen a lot of changes when it comes to me, my family, my friends, and even in my surroundings. And as we say that life is a fascinating journey, it's very easy for them. No, it's literally not easy and shouldn't be actually. And after getting out of the school, I wanted this desperately, that no, I don't want to be introvert anymore. I wanted to change that thing within me, and that thing worked because I was very much willing to change and to be one what I was not, which I even didn't like to be. So that is how I started, and my life was going ahead. I never thought of things that, oh, I want to become this, I want to become this. It just, the way life took me ahead, I went with the life in that manner. At times in school days, as everyone thinks of that, they want to be an athlete, they want to go in sports, they want to be a big giant in corporate, or you should say that they want to become a teacher or a singer or go into defense. So in the same way, I used to think in different stages of my life that, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. But many of the people also have a fixed goal that yes, हमें सिर्फ यही करना है, we want to just do this thing. So that was never the case with me. When I was in 3rd standard, I remember that I used to tell my parents that, oh, I want to be in defense, I want to go in army, and I want to represent my nation, I want to serve my nation and die for nation. But as slowly, steadily, I was also growing up, that thing changed, and then after that, I was like, no, I want to be a cricketer. After some time, it was like, no, I want to be a corporate person, I want to be a singer. So such like that, things kept happening, and I learned music for 3 years, did vocal, and even gave my auditions, but didn't work. I even played cricket till district level, but unfortunately injury happened with me, my shoulder injury, so I quit cricket that time, and then after that I started swimming. That also didn't go well with me. After one point of time, I was like, when I was in 10th, I was of this opinion that no, I want to be a doctor and I will select physics, chemistry, biology. And I did that when I came into my 11th standard. Many people said that, oh, don't do this. You cannot be a doctor. It's not easy. You don't study that much. And we'll not recommend you to go with these type of subjects, and rather than you should select a commerce subject. So I was like, no. I was very, rigid in that part that no, I want to be a doctor. I will go with PCB. So I selected it. I did it for 2 years, and after that I gave my attempt for biotechnology because I wanted to go in research. And as it is said that, when life have different plans for you, so it takes you somewhere else. So that's what happened with me. I even gave PMT, which is now it is called NEET, National Entrance Examinations for medical. So I was not able to clear that also, and then after that I changed my career. At that point of time I felt like, what to do now? I'm stuck at a place, and I asked my parents that, okay, whatever you will say, I'll do. Tell me, navigate me, what to do. And I did the same thing. They asked me to pursue Bachelor of Commerce, and I did that without even giving a second thought. I just did that. And after, like, while I was also, studying my bachelor's in commerce, at the same time I learned, and because since my childhood I was a creative kind of a person, a creative kid, so I went into graphic designing, web designing and web development, and I learned that. And after, like, so at that time 3 things were running parallelly in my life. One, my degree course, apart from that my certification in web development and software development, and parallelly my job. So I was like I was doing 3 things at a time, and because I wanted to do a lot, and all of them I wanted to do it. At that time, if I would have told this thing to someone, so that person might have thought that, oh, what this chap is doing. But I continued doing that, and that that learning spirit, and then wanted to do something new, that never went off inside me, and till now it is not gone anywhere. It's till now it is there, that yes, I want to keep exploring and doing new things. Because as Mahatma Gandhi's book says, the book name is My Experiment with Truth, his autobiography. So in that book he says that we don't know where life will take us, what we should do, what we are meant to for, right? So that is how I explored my path, and my co-founder explored her path. So after doing all those 3 things together, I got selected after my certification course, and I selected for my training program with Renosys, and after that I got into USA. Like, there was a company in USA, so I worked over there then for a year, and then after that came back to India, was earning a good amount of salary in 6 figures, but there was a thing inside me that, okay, everything is going good, I was working well, place was good, people were good around me, but somewhere inside I was not living my dream. I was not living the life what I wanted to live for. Every Friday there used to be the craze that, oh, now you will get 2 days of holiday. But then again, in the, like, on the Sunday evening, that tension used to keep coming inside, that, oh, now again on Monday you have to go to office. So that was a very difficult task for me, and that was the reason I changed a lot of companies in my career. And my parents were like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know, I'm not enjoying this thing. I used to ask my father and my parents, how come a person can spend his whole entire life in a company, in a single company or in 2 companies, and after then get retired? So he also at that time don't used to have that answer. He was just that we have to run our family and we cannot do anything else. But I guess on that part I was very lucky, and my parents never stopped me of doing or experimenting new things. And that is why after 5+ year, like getting 5+ year of experience and spending that much of time in the industry, I left my job. And yeah, it might be shocking that, oh, what did he do? But I wanted to go in government. I wanted to become a civil servant, an IS officer, and because of that I took 2 years of my career break and I prepared for civil service examinations. Although yes, even after isolating myself for 2 years, during that preparation, results never came into my favor, and even though I gave my state service examinations, but yeah, so in that also I never able to clear that exam, and then after that I was like, now what to do, because I couldn't spend more time. And it was not be practical also that you should spend like 10 years of your life, 5 years of your life down the line just preparing for that examination. If that thing is not working, you should at least have a plan B, that okay, if this thing is not there, then what else you should do, what the next path, or as an option what you take or you should take. So that was the thing which happened with me, and I decided not to go back into the corporate, and I end up going into like in research with Government of India, did things with Indian Institute of Public Administration. I still remember that I had a word with my teacher who used to teach me history during my preparation, and I was having this word with him that, okay, now what to do? I want to work in research with Government of India, but I don't think so that apart from giving exams, what should I do? And I'm having no clue regarding this thing. I even went to many of the MPs that I should get an internship under them, but nobody even responded. So at that time my teacher asked me that you should go to Delhi, and if you want to find a way, explore your way by yourself. And that is how, like during my preparation of UPSC, I found out that like the people who actually takes public administration, they used to go to Indian Institute of Public Administration for training even after Labasna. So I went to Indian Institute of Public Administration, IIPA, and over there I have entered to that office and I'm asking guard that, okay, where is the reception? And I was shocked that, oh, there is no such thing, and there are no HRs in the government departments in governmental setup. So I went to admin department, and over there was a lady, and that lady then guided me. I know her name pretty well. Her name was Mathili ma'am, and then she actually guided me and heard me, and I felt like at least there is someone at least who is listening to me, who is ready to help me out. And then that is how she suggested me of one of the professors who was working within the organization, and settled up my appointment with her. And that professor was like, okay, not an issue, I can talk to this person, but I'll not give more than 5 minutes to this person. So I was like, okay. Now ma'am was like, now the ball is in your court, and now it's in all your hands. Whatever could I do, I already did that. So now it's you who will be deciding your things. And I was like, okay, let's see what happens. And the day, I still remember the day was 21st of July when I went to this office. And when I went, ma'am directly asked me that what's your name, and it all started then. I don't know that 2 minutes and 5 minutes time, where did it go, and the interview lasted for more than 2 hours. And that is how I paved my way into a research department, and if you say in public administration, which is also a part of policy, public policy and all. So, and I was very lucky at that time, because the thing was, I desperately wanted that, and I was ready to explore anything at that time. I never went to Delhi before that, and then after that, when I went into Delhi, saw the crowd, everything. It was not easy, even though at that time I was struggling also with money and all. But then also I went because I wanted to do things, and yeah, that's how I started up and got a chance to do training with some of the civil servants, some of the bureaucrats. Until now, that was the best thing actually which happened into my life, that I had that exposure which many people don't get, and I was the one who was getting that. And I was like at that time that, okay, how to thank God for this thing, because I never expected this thing to happen with me. And slowly, steadily things build up, and then after that, one after another, things start coming up, and I continued my journey. And after Ministry of Tribal Affairs work, and then Ministry of Women and Child, there were some officers who we used to train, who were from defense background, from CBI, and there were some work which we did actually with Ministry of Home Affairs and a lot of other ministries, which includes. So that is how actually I worked. And then while working, we saw that there is a gap when what people get to know what actually work which happens in the ministries and all, and how the things go. So I was like, okay, now what to do for them, because people don't know like how the policy formulation and implementation takes place, why a particular policy is being formulated, and then how it is implemented on the ground, how the bills are being made, and on what grounds and all, and what the things are which used to be considered while formulating policies. So this was the thing which was eating me at that time. And yes, this thing actually happens, that people who actually sits on that position, the senior positions in government or in bureaucracy, even in the politics, so they don't consider people as in people. We say that we are into democracy in a democratic country, but people start taking common man, all the citizens for granted, and that was the thing which I never wanted. I wanted that we should or other people should behave with people like this. So that's how I was like that, okay, we need to do something, we need to start something. And that is how we, like me and my partner Sunidhi, like co-founder, we both actually came up on this thing that, okay, this thing we can do, we can come up with a think tank, and we can make people aware, And during the, like, while this thing, that when we were planning to do these things, there used to be a lot of thoughts used to come, inside our mind, inside our head, that what we can do is we can we can make our videos based on current affairs, based on policies, and we can record a video on YouTube and then post. Another thought used to come up that no, what we can do is we can also teach students. We can do campaigns. We can start with NGO, go for and work for an NGO, or many things like that. But after that, we started our own think tank. My business partner used to, like, my co-founder used to tell me that how she also struggled a lot when she was preparing for UPSC civil services, because although her family is very good, very well settled, but that continuous pressure was used to be there on her head, that okay, you want to work, you want to prepare for government. Apart from government, nothing you need to do. And at the same time, they used to expect this thing that okay, now you should earn also, if as this thing was there, that yes, you are growing up, and as you grow up, a lot of responsibilities comes on your shoulder. Parents expect this thing, and that is fair, that's not wrong. But restricting or confining up your kid in a particular boundary, that's, I guess, not a good thing, which stops you of thinking anything else. And I guess from there our bonding got very strong also, and we were like, no, this thing should not happen, in this way we should not proceed ahead, and that thing we should start from our home itself. And I was very lucky in that way that my parents never stopped me and my sister of doing anything, and so did she used to fight with her for her sister, but she never did that thing for herself. And at that day when we started our think tank, that day she stood up for herself and she was like, no, if it is not working, I'm not going to prepare anymore for the government exams, and I want to do this thing now. So that is how we started this think tank, and we kept the name the Policy Tank, because we wanted that we should come up with research, we should see the society, the people very closely, we should get to know what are the challenges they face, and how things happens, what are the ways in which government also use them, and these whatever things happens in the regular setup of the society. And when we say that talk about any type of government, as whether it is democracy, whether it is anarchy, like, and dictatorship or authoritarian government, so the very idea of democracy is to have this sense of responsibility that everyone takes part in that particular setup, and government is accountable to them. But this never happened in India, I guess, and even if it happened, it happened for a very specific time, at very specific times, and for very mere things, but not as a whole. So, and people also don't know about their leaders, about how they can make government accountable, and that was the thing we started, that we will come up with the facts, we will give them this knowledge that okay, see, this is the thing which is written in the constitution, this is your right, and this is how you should, behave. You should ask for your rights. Even if it is a government, you don't need to get scared even from any person, when we especially have fundamental rights and other things, and it is our right at the end of the day. But and at that time actually I recalled my UPSC preparation, that that preparation trains you a lot and opens up your mind, that and it makes you fearless, that okay, you understand that okay, this is your right, these are the things, in this way things happens. You study about history, you study about geography, about international relations, internal security, many other optional subjects, and apart from that, what is right now happening in the world, in your country, in other nations, whether it is neighbor countries, whether it is countries which are there, very so far. So yeah, and at the very starting we were like, okay, let's use our knowledge and the things what we have learned till now, and then this is how we did our first post on our Instagram. We were very happy, we were living our dream, and to be very honest, till now, like it's been a year, I never felt that thing that that a year happened, because every day, on a daily basis, we enjoy our work, and that is the thing which keeps us going, which keeps me going as a person, which I never felt in my corporate experience. And it gives that complete sense of happiness when you see that happiness in on other person's face, and that's the, I guess, complete thing. Many people say that the system is not good, system does not work properly, but I guess at the end of the day we are the one who let these people do or function in that way, where in which way they actually work. And in that way I am actually against of that thing, that no bribery, nothing else. If it is your work, if it is your duty, you should actually do your duty, do your work very properly, very seriously. And I guess this should be the thought of every other person, and in this way if we will go, and I am sure that yes, we can think of that society, that nation, that community who will be strong, who should be developed, and mindful enough in the complete sense, where you will not find chaos like regional disputes, religious disputes and all. And that true feeling of brotherhood will come then automatically, the things which are there in our constitution. And that is how I love my nation now, and I want to bring that change within our society. And this thing even pushed me to come in front of the camera and speak about all such things, that what we are doing, and the message, the kind of message we are trying to give to our society, the way we are trying to aware our society. And I still remember in January month when we did our first event, which was on women health and hygiene. So in that event, like organizing that event, hosting that event was never easy for me, even though my co-founder was not there, but from the back she have always supported me in that way, in that part. And we decided the panelists, we made it possible, and like the audience which we invited, the school kids from 9th till 12th standard kids, there were elderly people also. Apart from that, there were students, professors, and the topic which we choose and the way we wanted to give message from that particular topic, women health and hygiene, that it should not be restricted, within the walls of the family or within a mother and the daughter. We should create an open space for our daughters, our sisters, even for our wives and all, that it should not feel like that, oh, that's a taboo. It's just a biological thing and the way in which we differ from, like, as a male and a female, and as a person, it is your responsibility that how you give that respect to your partner, to your friend, to any person who is there living around with you. And that's the thing through which we can also stop the rape cases which happens with the minor kids or with elderly, the young adults. And I guess so far we were successful in doing that. And in the second event what we did, I have never imagined that thing, that we will be going to this university, Miranda House, and we will be invited. We did this event with Her World India and Miranda House, and celebrated women and their stories and their success. And there were people around me in my panel who struggled a lot in their journey. And that day actually I got to know that for women in India especially, the journey has never been so easy. And but yes, there were some families which were very supportive, which gave them the wings to fly, gave them the authority, the decision making part. And there was one lady who was from Supreme Court, there was one lady who was from Ministry of Earth Sciences, Ministry of Environment, there were two of the juniors of my uncle who were from Revenue Department, were IRS officers. And that day I felt very proud that yes, I shared the panel with them and was sitting as a male over there and talking about the women as a whole and for their success and celebrating that. And I guess that is the true meaning of feminist, being feminist, that respecting women and talking about their equity, inclusion and diversity. That should be the the thing when you go into the society, talk with them, work for their development, for each other's development by giving their equal opportunity, right? So, and this is what we are doing as a think tank in the Policy Tank. And we provide 3 services, which includes curriculum development for school kids, which includes junior high school kids and high school kids, and for undergrad kids and post-graduation kids in the universities. Apart from that, we also provide consulting for corporate firms, consulting for government, like be it third-party assessment or making policies from scratch, providing recommendations, and even if it is inception reports, detailed project reports, whatever be it is. When it comes to research, we at one point of time we wanted it that yes, we want to be a player, a major person and a major organization who is helping government on the lines of policy formulation. And yes, this is our goal, that yes, we will be and we are doing that thing, that by coming up with research projects talking about the issues which no one takes up. And third thing is events in which we organize panel discussions, we do podcasts, we do workshops, So all such things are there, and we are right now dealing in 10 different verticals, which includes social justice, education, gender, economy, technology, international security, international relations, internal security, and the topics which are the other aligned topics with them. So this is actually what we are doing, and to be very frank and very truthful, it's not easy. It's literally not easy. You know, when you start an organization as a non-profit organization, people ask me that you would have, you know, worked with or collaborated with other NGOs. You should have. I was like, no. Why should we? These are the people. I'm not targeting any particular organization or not. I'm saying that yes, there might be some exceptions, but majority of them turns up to be a profit-making organizations in their later phase. But I never wanted that thing, and I still don't want that thing to happen, and that's why we were like, no, we don't want to take grants, we don't want to align with any of the NGO. Even if we will take money from outside, we will make sure this thing that yes, we are working on a, you know, win-win situation on a 50-50 basis, so that we can, the money what we are taking and the what value we are giving, what value we are providing them, so that, you know, there is a major cause and like issue in India of migration, and we want to cater that through our activities, through our programs, through our work, that the people who migrate from rural areas, through villages, through tier 3 cities, tier 2 cities to metropolitan cities, that should not take place. Why a person should leave their house and go to other place to find jobs, when we can, like, all together can come up at a one place and create a circular economy. And I guess this is also a mission, the same shared mission of our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who says this thing that yes, we want to develop our nation, and by 2047 we want to declare this thing that yes, we are a developed nation. And although yes, this thing is not easy, but it is not like that it is not achievable. We can achieve this thing that yes, if we can work together, we should come up together as a one force and, you know, bring this thing into reality that yes, we did that. We have to play as a team, like recently India also did, and you know, the T20 World Cup. So in that way, and when I was listening the interview of the captain, so he said, he also mentioned this thing that yes, from last 4 years we were trying our level best, and we were not able to achieve that what we wanted, and now the complete team was desperate of winning the cup, and that is how they acted as a unit and won the cup. And this is the thing what, you know, we also need to do, either be it a nation or be the complete world. So when we say about this term that yes, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, so yes, this means that the complete world is an entire family, and we should act like a family and work together for the shared goals. And this is the reason I invite you today, whoever is listening, that come along with us, get involved, sponsor us, so that we could work for our nation, for our community, for kids, each and everyone's smile, for the people who lives on the stray, on footpaths, under stray lights. Life is never easy, not easy for them. So if we are capable enough, if God has given such things to us, then why not, help them? Why not come ahead? Why not, be your own leader? And from this message, I want to end this thing and just want to say that be the part of our journey and make this nation a developed nation, make this world best place to live. Because Mahatma Gandhi also said this, the same thing, be the change you want to see in this world. So we have to change first of all within our own self, and that is how we can change the world. So this is the only request from you, from all of you, whoever is listening to me today. Thank you. Have a nice day. Namaskar.